Alright, so this new game called Mega Zombie Beta came out recently. I haven't really seen any new videos really explaining what the game is. It's mostly just everyone just, how should I say, playing the game with no idea on what the heck is going on. Alright, and I'm going to give you a short tutorial on basically what the entire game is. Okay? So first off, when you start a game, you'll be given a choice to choose your avatar, which you have four choices. The biker, which is for your tough guys, business for the smart guys, pretty for the girls, obviously, and cool for the edgelords. Then, you also have other characters that you can buy, called the criminal, emo, hazmat designer, and the homeless. When you have your character, you're able to, after the fact of course, change all the different things that you have, each one that has to be bought with a certain type of currency. The yellow currency is called gold, I'm assuming. That is the kind of currency that you get from playing the game. The green currency is bought with real money, as you can see on the bottom right. Armor, things like this doesn't actually make a difference. It just makes your character look cooler. It's all cosmetics. Where the game really starts off is the weapons. After you choose your avatar, when you're starting to make your account, of course, you have two options for your primary, an AK-47 and an MP-40. For the secondary, you can choose between the BRT, which is your standard pistol, and the Governor, which is your standard revolver. You also have grenades and melees, which you do not get to choose. For the rest of the primaries, which you're able to buy, you have a choice of the K98, the M249, MG3, sniper rifle, another AK, and the psh, that's what I like to call it. Another cool thing that I like about this game, which I'll explain what the game actually is that you're able to choose your different types of ammo. You equip each of these ammos, and it's not as if they're in limited supply or anything, like you have to keep buying extra cartridges for it. So you have your standard ammo, which it says all the stats on the bottom right. This one gives you more damage, but additional recoil, which has broken English, so I'm assuming that this game was not made by people in America or the UK. This one shoots faster, and it has more accuracy. This one penetrates players and zombies, which is again not spelled correctly. And this one is faster, has more range, and less recoil. Which I think means more recoil? Anyway, the point is that only the ammo for each of the guns, the type of guns, actually matter. The tacticals, you have two different choices. You have the Mark III A2, which is your standard grenade that you throw. I'm very sure that this grenade is concussive. It's like, it's a concussive grenade. It stuns enemies when you hit them. Unlike this one, which is your standard pineapple grenade that everyone is familiar with, also known as the frag. The melee, I'm not sure actually matters, because getting up to someone before they shoot you down with their AK or any other kind of automatic weapon is already hard enough as is, but it's not as if the melee weapon insta-kills them either. So I highly recommend that you do not use these. Now then, how I would describe the game from a gameplay perspective is a team deathmatch, but more than the standard team deathmatch that everyone already knows and loves from all the Call of Duties and the Battlefields and all that. So the team deathmatch in this game has four teams. If I'm correct, it is Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. So that's 4 teams. Each team has 4 players in them. And each of these teams fights against each other. All the while, there are random civilians and zombies that roam around chasing after people. If you're by yourself and you don't have one of your squad mates with you, then you're gonna have to fight against all of the zombies that horde up on you. The game is not the best, I'd have to tell you. It's very unpolished, and I recommend that you would go into options and change your controls, especially the sensitivity, to your liking, because the horizontal, vertical, aim, and all of that, they were all at 100. And you would not like playing a first-person shooter unless you're on keyboard and mouse with max sensitivity. So let's get into a few games, and I can show you guys just exactly how to play. Ignore that. There we go. So, on the top of the screen, you'll see a timer that'll show you when it starts. You got your teammates running around, and the enemies wherever they are, if they're spotted. In order to spot enemies, you have to just stare at them. Without being seen, of course, if you can manage to do that. On the bottom right, you have the white bar, which is your health, and the green bar, which is your stamina. I got hit by the concuss, so very much hurts. There, I killed someone from the green team. On the top of the screen, you'll see 4 different scores. The scores that you and your teammates collect as you kill players and zombies will be collective. So the score for all of them is put together and it's all added up. The left score, the one that's by itself on the top left of the screen, is your score. And I'm sure you can assume what the other ones are. Do not underestimate the guns that you use. Just because you're using an automatic rifle doesn't mean that you have the worst accuracy in the world. I have sniped people from across the map with this AK, and not even I know how people have done it. Whenever you kill a player, they drop some kind of item. Maybe a med kit, or some ammo, stuff like that. Energy drinks, so on and so forth. So, when you grab something like an energy kit or a med kit, on the bottom right, you'll see that my health has been extended by a green bar. It's extra health that you've gotten whenever you pick up something like that, and it's temporary. However, as far as I can see, the med kits and the energy drinks, they do not have a max cap. They do not have a max. So if you manage to see a row of med kits and run across all of them, your health bar might as well be in the middle of the screen. So that's one advantage. It makes it so that the people that end up on kill streaks are even harder to kill, and rewards them for playing well. When someone spawns, even the zombies, yes, they have the shields on the top of their heads, which means, of course, they have invincibility from just spawning in. And sorry for not making a video, very often, you guys. I'm not very popular, I'm just doing this to help you guys out for this new game. It ain't much. The game is definitely not the best. It's very unpolished, and I'm not talking about graphics-wise. See, I'm a guy that likes gameplay over graphics. I prefer if a game was fun, rather than a game looking good. But I'm not talking about the graphics of this game. In fact, I like this kind of art style. It's very stylistic. A little polygon reminds me of the good old PS1 and PS2 days. Some of these zombies are very strong. They can one-tap you, so don't yell at your friends who may or may not be playing with you. That's another thing that is unpolished about this game. You're unable to play with friends. I would very much appreciate it if the game developers who created this game would allow you to play with up to 3 of your friends. Since you can only have 4 people total in a team, it would make sense that you and 3 other friends would be able to play together. Like that. I sniped someone up there with an AK. I personally want to get a dedicated sniper rifle, but that's just my playstyle. The more you take damage and survive, the more your character, like, falls to pieces. That's cool, it's a cool detail. Your backpack falls off, your hair falls off. So on and so forth. Which is a neat touch, and it makes you really feel like that you're playing more of a Lego game. If you guys remember playing those games, every time your character would die, they would fall to pieces. And you would lose all your studs. Another thing that you guys have noticed, may or may not have noticed, on the bottom right, I don't have 4 ammo left. That's how many magazines you have left. And a nice touch of detail. Let me respawn and I'll show you. So on the bottom right, you'll see that I have 31 bullets, when the gun is supposed to hold 30. Now, you people with just a little bit of common sense may realize... You may realize that that 1 extra bullet is most likely the bullet that's already in the chamber. I really just spawned right behind this person. I feel sorry for them. So far, there's no kind of, going prone. You can hold circle all you want. In case you guys just wanted to know the controls are as follows. You just look at the control menu. If you're one of those people that hates looking at those little controller pictures, you just hate it when they don't give you like a tutorial on how to play. They just say, hey, here's a picture of your controller, and figure it out from there. For those familiar with... Yeah, that guy tried to knife me, and it's not doing him very well. He didn't hit me once. On the bottom right, you can see my health. So I highly recommend that you do not use melee weapons. Do not use them. They are not good at all. So speaking of melee weapons, pressing R1 takes out your melee weapon. You stab people. Pressing L1 makes you take out your grenade, and I'm not sure if you're able to change it or not, but you always throw your grenades underhanded. For those who do not know the difference between underhanded and overhanded throws, I'll show you. This is underhanded. You throw it under. Pressing triangle switches your weapons. No, the default pistol is not more accurate than the assault rifle. I actually recommend that you use your pistol more often. And look at that, I won. Me and my team, at least. Oh. No, never mind, I won. I carried that entire thing. So on the bottom of the screen, you'll see that the amount of gold that you get is directly related to how much time that you've played. You can leave a game at any time, it's very quick, and you suffer no penalty for leaving an active game. As you can see, I haven't even played the game very long. I'm not even that good at the game. On the top right, you can see your total playtime in the actual matches, and I only have a total of 46 minutes. So that's roughly 4 matches. Well, that's basically it. That's me. That's it. That's the end of the game. My final thoughts are, I have to say that while the game is fairly empty and somewhat good, it has a lot of promise. It's like a blank canvas, and all you have to do is support the developers, and they could add more and more content, polish the game up a bit, maybe add in some friendly play so you can play with your teammates. It's a very good party game. It's not even that competitive at all. There's no like competitive scene. The game just came out. It's a very good game. It's simple as that. It's fun, simple. If you just need like some mindless action where you're basically just shooting at enemies the entire time, you can give yourself a little god complex by playing this game. But it's fairly decent. And as I said before, it has room to grow. A lot of room to grow. It's basic, but it's fun. And it's available for PS4, mobile, I think, and possibly Xbox and maybe PC. I don't know. I know I'm not being very helpful with what it's on, but it doesn't take that long to search up the game. And you'll be fine just searching it up. Anyway, see ya, everyone.